Guys, so we got a small little black canvas here today. I want to do a quick little video with that. Do a little black canvas magic today. So let's start off with some liquid clear, which this is not like, this is just a clear medium I made myself. It's not the Bob Ross liquid clear. I have a video on how to make this, and if you have any questions about how to make it yourself, it's really cheap to make. It's easy to make. You can determine like how fast or how slow you want your paint to dry if you make your own. So, you know, it's nice. So if you're interested in that, just leave me a comment and I'll get back to you with a video. I'm very responsive to making videos you'd like to see. So, yeah, there's that. All right, so we're gonna clean the brush out, and then we're just gonna wipe the canvas off. I don't want too much of this clear medium on here, because if it's too much, the canvas will be so slick that paint will just slide right off of it. It'll just slide right off. I did that to a painting a while back, and actually, when I did that, it worked out really great for what I was painting. But it's not what I wanted to paint. It's not how I wanted it to come out. So that's usually not a good thing. Although that painting sold, so maybe I should mess up more often. Who knows? Okay. Anyway, all right. So let's do something. Let's do something. Let's paint a snow scene of some kind. It's springtime now, but so I'll tell you what. Let's start off. Let's slow down here for a second. Let's take some phthalo blue. And we will use that and make a secondary coat of paint. Now, phthalo blue is silly enough for some reason. Why did I do that? Phthalo blue, for some reason, absolutely stains the living tarnation out of my brushes. But I'm just going to put phthalo blue up here. That's a pretty bright color. It's going to show up pretty good. Especially when you start slapping stuff up in the sky and those kind of things. Just want a nice even coat all over this canvas. So maybe we'll have like some night sky, some water, and some other things. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Don't matter. One thing about it, if you're making it up as you go, all you gotta do is just don't paint yourself into a corner. You can do that too, but and I have done that too. So, but you can just kind of be free with your brushes and where you want to go with them and that kind of stuff. All right, so let's start off with. Let's start off and put a moon up in the sky. So let's just kind of come over about a third of the way of the canvas, and we'll kind of put a moon there. Nice big round moon. That's good enough. And we'll just kind of blend that a little bit. Kind of round it out a little bit better. Kind of looks like a guitar pick at the moment. That's okay. All right, there we go. Let's put some clouds in the sky. Let's keep this paper down. All right, let's put some clouds in the sky. So we're just going to load the brush up. About like that. And we'll kind of, let's start down here. So we'll start off making some little clouds off here in the distance. Maybe some more, a little more puffier clouds, a little closer. Maybe a bigger cloud. Like that. All right. And I'll put one over here that's kind of, all right. And then maybe we'll take and put another one this way. There we go. All right. Let's fluff these up a little bit. And then let's blend the bottoms. Okay, that's good. We're just kind of pulling that color up into the cloud. All right. That's coming along okay. All right, so I want some mountains in this painting, but I don't want them to be the main focus. I want them to be way off, way off. So let's try a little bit of gray. Let's pick up some gray here. And let's kind of so I want this mountain back here to be bigger. good enough. Good enough, good enough. Okay, I'm going to put the filbert away. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with that part over there yet, so I'll figure it out. Let's just kind of... need some more titanium white. Now, there are some things. Let's look at these mountains for just a second before we press on. There are some things that we can do. Slow down. We can slow down for a second. Take a look. Now, you don't have to do these now. You don't have to do this now. You don't have to do it ever, really. But if you're trying to add a little more oomph to your painting, let's do a couple little things so I can just show you, how it come out, could be how it could be. So let's just first of all let's add a little bit of dark, a couple of dark lines in here. You can see that this will add a little bit more oomph to your mountains. And let's just add a little bit more snow. Especially up near the top. If you look at many pictures of mountains, you see a lot of snow at the top. Not a lot of snow all the way down the mountains, like those Bob Ross paintings. You don't see too many mountains that. I'm not saying they don't exist. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying you don't see many that run all the way down the mountain like that. Okay, so that's good enough. That'll do good enough. We could. I'll tell you what. Let's just continue. Let's continue. Oh, still got to brush off from my last painting. All right, hang on a second. All right. So I think we can fill this piece up right here with something else. So we'll do that. Let's just do that. So let's take a 1-inch brush and let's come in here and put a big bunch of snow. Just like that. And then we'll come down this way. We'll bring a bunch of more snow. That line is too descending. It's too sharp. So we're going to raise it up some. All right. Now, before we get too much farther, I'll put our main subject in here. So let's put a big cabin or something like that. And we can do that with a filbert, or we can do it with a knife. And I think I'll just do it with a knife because why not? People like to see you use a knife. So here we go. All right. So let's take some Van Dyke Brown, which I don't have that on the palette. So excuse me 1 second while I put some on the palette. Okay. Takes me longer to get the cap back on than it takes me to get the paint out. All right. So take some Van Dyke Brown. We'll just kind of scratch this baby in. Let's see. Let's have this be the front or the back or the side or whatever. Let's see. Let's just kind of off a second. All right, so let's just kind of, let's do this thing. So we'll go that way. Let's go this way, and this way. Okay, and that way. I don't really need that much. Okay, now I'll put the rest in with a flat because it'll work easiest. All right, let's paint the front end. Now you use whatever brush works best for you. You don't have to use what I say or what Bob says or what the dude from down the street says. All right, so now I've got a little bit of a problem in that this roof line is going the wrong way. So let's just kind of straighten it up. Which means we're gonna have to make the cabinet a little bit longer. All right, and a little taller, and that's okay. There we go. All right, that's better. Okay. All right. Now I think for that, I think what we will do, I'll clean off a knife here, cut us a little window here in the side. And then we'll put a light in the window. Okay. And we'll highlight that and darken some other things in just a minute. We're just figuring out where stuff goes right now. Using the same brush that we just cleaned out, I'll put a doorway in. There we go. All right. Oops, don't go there. All right. Let's put some snow up on the roof. Okay. Now I'm going to take along underneath that roof line, just like you put a water line in, and I'm just going to put a dark line right in there to give it some extra shadow. There we go. I think I could probably use a little extra snow over here on the side. maybe a little up here on the roof. Okay. Now we got a little too much snow here on the roof line, but that's okay. We'll just kind of, you can cut that out just like that. All right. Put some snow down the other side of the roof. There we go. Clean off our knife, straighten up this one little spot here on the front of the cabin. All right. Let's do this. Let's clean this knife off. Take the brown off of it. And we'll just kind of come in here and do a little cabinectomy. Okay. Now we'll proceed with our snow again. So let's see. So we'll just pull our snow. And we'll pull our snow up here close. So we'll load this into the brush. So we'll load the brush so that it's pointed like this on the end. And then we'll just kind of slide it in there and just kind of pull it. There we go. And that gives some nice texture to the snow. Now, usually I paint front to back, but back to front. But today we're just going to we've kind of done that so far, but we're going to jump around a little bit. There's a few other things we could do. So let's take a filbert. Let's take some of this phthalo blue and a little bit of white. And let's just kind of insinuate some trees back here. Or maybe just bushes. Who knows? Who knows what they are? There we go. All right. Now, I haven't done a tree today, and I don't know why. I just haven't really put a tree. So let's put a couple trees. Let's do some trees. Oh, you know what? Before we do that, though, let's do this. Get some paint off my hands for a second. Let's do a couple little cleanup items first. Let's get it flat. This sienna. And let's kind of come right here and let's put a chimney. Just like that. And then we'll take and we'll highlight that chimney on this side just a little bit. Just to give it some character. Okay. And maybe this side can be even a little bit darker than that. There we go. All right. Now, using the same brush, which we'll clean out, but we'll sharpen it so as much of a point as we can get it. Let's just kind of highlight the door. And highlight the window a little bit. That'll be good. All right, that's good. All right, let's get our tree in. So I think this tree will play a pretty big major focus. So let's get a fan brush. Let me get a fan brush and some sap green. So we're going to make two little piles of sap green over there on the palette. Some sap green, some phthalo blue, and a little bit of sienna. That'll give us a nice dark color. Except now I don't really have this brush loaded right. I got a nice mixture of paint, but I didn't get the brush loaded. All right, now it's loaded, as you can see. It's a nice dark color. All right, let's go right here, I think. Yeah, right there. It's your bravery test. All right, now we're going to push up some other weeds and things like that. And some things we can slap some snow on in a minute. All right, and then we'll clean this brush. We'll use it again to do the highlighting in a moment. We're going to do 2 levels of highlighting. I'm going to show you that. But first, we'll take a knife. We've got the back of the tree painted, actually. So now we're going to just take a knife with a little bit of sienna, a little bit of titanium white, a marble mixture, and just kind of put the trunk in. So we'll just kind of da-da-da-da. All right, good enough. Okay, so we want to put 2 tones of reflection in here. So we're going to put some white and some blue, some non-contaminated blue, and some white. And let's put the reverse shadow on this tree. And then we'll kind of put a little bit of this in the grass, here and there and here. All right, let's clean the brush. All right, so we're just going to take a little bit of medium onto the rest of this titanium white that I have left. And we'll put the highlight of this tree. And kind of push some of this up. Just kind of highlight it in there, just like that. All right, now we can finish up the snow. Well, wait a minute. Before we do that, hang on a second. I don't really like that for a second. Kind of scoop out a little bit more white. The white's coming like right down the middle of the tree. I want it to be a little more random than that. So there we go. That's better. Okay. Now my favorite thing to do, adding textured snow. So this is a fairly straightforward painting. Maybe not the way I painted it, but it can be a very straightforward painting. Let's put a couple other little things. First, let's add some textured snow. So grab a knife and some titanium white, which I have now used up all of it on the palette. So let's put a little bit more out. Okay. So just kind of run up a bead of paint. And we're just going to kind of canvas take what it wants. Let the rest come back to me. So try to break up those straight lines. Every so often you'll get one. And now, you can also take this textured snow and smooth it with a blending brush. Whatever your favorite blending brush is. All right. So let's play a little before we quit for the day. Because you should. All right. So I'm just going to get some paint on my finger. A lot of paint of titanium white, and we're just going to go right here. We're just going to kind of all right, that'll do. Put a little snowman in this scene. I don't know why. I don't know why. All right, here we go. Let's go. I can't stand away from this and look because of where I'm sitting today, and I can't really see it on the camera because the camera is shooting a different angle today. But no. I hope it looks good. I hope it looks okay. Just cause. Now I'm just going to do a little bit of touching up, maybe, hopefully. All right. One little touch thing here. So all I'm really doing right here is just picking up a little extra. I think that's what I'm looking for. All right, guys. I think that's going to do it. So I hope you guys like this. See you next time. Please leave a like and subscribe. See ya.